So let's talk about how to get more of what you want, how to stand up for yourself. First of all, you have to own the right to stand up for yourself. And a lot of us who are in the more traditionally feminine side of the equation, traditional femininity teaches us that asserting your wants and needs is selfish. You should be serving the needs of others. Nonsense. For those of you who are nervous about standing up for yourself because it's selfish, understand this. Your biosphere needs it. It's not only your right, it's good for the relationship. Here's why. Every time you say yes and you really mean no, you resent it. You don't let yourself know that, but you do. And your resentment leaks out sideways and it's poison to your biosphere. I believe that healthy couples take each other on, lean in and deal with each other. Roll up your sleeves and go for what you want. When you stop dealing with each other, the first casualty is passion. You harbor resentment, you get less generous, you die a little, your pleasure dies a little, sex goes out the window, and you become walled off, distant, pleasant, and resentful. That's a terrible way to live. You can do better than that. You owe it to your relationship. It's not selfish to stand up for what you want. It's your duty. Get over that injunction. On the other hand, a lot of people, when they do stand up for what they want, don't do it very skillfully. So 2 things to say about that. We stop leaning in and taking each other on for good reason, because when we do, it doesn't work very well. Fair enough. But backing off and telling yourself that you're compromising when really you're settling and you resent it is poison. It doesn't work. So what are you going to do? There are 2 reasons why it doesn't work when you try. One is your partner's an idiot. Your partner just isn't very responsive. They don't, they're selfish or they're defensive or they ain't going to listen. If you behave with skill, you learn these skills and you do really well on your end, and your partner just ain't having it, that is a red flag that you need help. Go find an RLT therapist, not a normal therapist, an RLT therapist who will be your ally and help you get through to your partner. So fair enough. It may be that no matter how skilled you are, your partner just doesn't want to listen, in which case you need help. Go get it. But let's leave that aside. The other reason why when you do lean in and try and assert what you want, you don't get it, is because you don't do it very well. So step 1, I deserve to assert what I want. It's good for me. It's good for my partner. It's good for the kids who are watching. It's good for the biosphere. This is not selfish. This is good. It doesn't mean you get everything you want, but you get to fight for it. So one sort of injunction against doing that is it's selfish. A good person should be selfless. By the way, I've been focusing on women. Men don't much ask for what they want either. A good woman doesn't ask for what she wants emotionally because it's selfish. A strong man doesn't ask for what he wants emotionally because he doesn't want anything. He's Superman. What do you mean? What do I want? Well, sex. Yeah, right. I want my wife to be appreciative and loving and warm. Okay. How about I'm worried about something? I could use some reassurance. And no, men don't do that. Neither sex fights for what they want in their relationship. Women don't because they're selfish. Men don't because they're not supposed to want anything. What am I, a wimp? So neither gets what they want. Men can be entitled, get me at my golf clubs or I insist on sex, but they won't talk about their emotional wants and needs because they don't have any. What are you talking about? But let's start with the one in the feminine position who feels like, A, it's selfish. Forget that. It's good biosphere hygiene. Get over it. 2, I shouldn't have to. I love this. This is also traditional feminine. If I have to tell them, and it plays out like, why do I have to work so hard? Why do I have to teach my guy what to do? He should just know. Yeah, right. Sorry. You are going to have to roll up your sleeves and fight for what you want in this relationship. That's not fair. It's true. Not fair. But too bad. That you can have fair or you can have what you want. Life isn't fair. If you want it, particularly the way men are socialized, to not be as relationally sensitive as many of you women, you're going to have to teach them how to do it. Roll up your sleeves and help them out. Is that fair? No, but too bad. It'll get you what you want. 2, I shouldn't have to, my perfect lover should just know. If I have to tell him, it doesn't count. It's not, it's romance. Prince Charming would just know. And many of you heard me say this. I love saying this. Girls, the Cinderella's dead. Prince Charming probably just got out of rehab. And if you want it, you're going to have to fight for it. Sorry. Those days are over. You're living in Arthurian times, and we've gone way past them. And remember, if you're a romantic, all those romantic stories were adulterous. King Arthur's knights were in love with other men's wives. There's no such thing as a romantic marriage in Western literature. So give it up. Fight for it. You won't die. And then the third is, I'm afraid to. I'm afraid to rock the boat. He'll blow up. He'll leave. Or he'll fall apart, and it will be my fault because I'll hurt him. These are all, I need to manage my partner, not be forthright with them. That's traditional femininity. You can manage your partner, but you won't be intimate with them. Take the risk. One of the things I say is, one of the paradoxes of healthy, passionate intimacy is you have to be willing to risk it. And not just once or twice, but ongoing. No means no. Sleep with my sister and you're toast. Don't go to rehab and we're done. If you dare hit me again, I'll never, no. No means no. If you can't say no, then you will be mistreated. Healthy couples regulate each other. It's good to regulate each other. Healthy couples say, you got your foot on my neck, step back. I don't like it. You're taking liberties with me. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. That's not unhealthy. That's necessary. You need some power. The great Carol Gilligan says, there is no relationship without voice. There's no voice without relationship. Your biosphere needs you to tell the truth. Dare to rock the boat. And I say this to, it's usually women, sometimes men, but I say this to over-accommodating partners all the time. Look, I've been a couples therapist 40 years. If you put up chronically in your relationship with what you really shouldn't be putting up with because you're afraid of your partner, that may not be a safer choice. I'm sorry to tell you. I have seen people in that position put up, and guess what happens? Their partner leaves them for someone else, often 20 years younger and feistier. And on the way out the door, the partner says, this marriage has been dead for years. And what's sickeningly obvious is that's actually true. It has been, because you've been putting up with stuff and resenting the hell out of it, and you're half dead, and your marriage is dead because you stopped telling each other the truth. Over-accommodation is not a safer choice. It's just less upsetting. Be brave. Lean in. Take it on. If your partner reacts badly, get help with them. But don't put up with what you don't deserve to put up with. Your marriage will rot if you do that. And by the way, you may get physically ill in the process. I've seen that over and over again. However, what I'm about to teach you is truly a revolution. There's telling the truth and there's telling the truth. And in our patriarchal, individualistic culture, what most often happens is the person in the feminine, over-accommodating, disempowered position finds their voice, finds their power, stands up, and lets the other person have it in a way that no one in their right mind could possibly listen to. I call this moving from disempowerment to individual empowerment. And that's what this culture teaches us. This is early stage feminism, and this is rife in therapy, 12-step, women's groups, men's groups, your friends, your family. It's all individualistic. I talk about moving from disempowerment to individual empowerment as I was weak, now I'm strong, go screw yourself. This is not a step up. It's why early stage feminism, and I am a feminist family therapist, it's why early stage feminism got such a terrible reaction. The feminists I know and love, Esther Perel, Carol Gilligan, love men. They don't lead with anger. Here's relational empowerment. I was weak. Now I'm strong. I'm going to stand toe to toe with you. I'm going to tell you exactly what I want and need from you. I love you. We're a team. How are we going to work together to empower you to come through for me? Is there something I could say or do that would help you do that? Let's work together. Who sounds like that in this culture? Loving power, soft power. Under patriarchy, you can either be connected, traditional feminine, accommodating, go along to get along, or you could be powerful, traditionally masculine, assertive, competent, can do. Watch this. Under patriarchy, you cannot be both at the same time. You can be connected or you can be powerful, but not at the same time, because power is power over, not power with. I was weak. Now I'm strong. Stand back, mother. I'm going to tell you what I know. All that is moving from the traditional feminine to the traditional masculine. And I'm sure I'll get pushback for this, but I'm irreverent. I like to say after 50 years of feminism, a lot of the women I treat in my couples have learned how to be as obnoxious as men have always been. No, we can be more skilled than that. You will get listened to better. How to assert yourself and cherish your partner in the same breath. And it's brand new. Loving power goes beyond patriarchy. It goes beyond this culture. No one in this culture knows how to do it. I have to teach people how to do it. I don't like how you're speaking to me. I'm being respectful. I expect you to do the same. Okay, fair enough. That's individual empowerment. Here's loving power. Hey, Melissa, sweetheart, I really want to hear what you have to say. Could you tone it down so I can actually hear it? I want to hear it. Two ways of saying the same thing. Which of those two do you think is going to get listened to? Two ways of saying the same thing. But one is about empowering me. I won't be treated like that. The other is about empowering both of us. I want to hear you, honey. Could you tone it down so I can actually hear you? It's the shift from me versus you to us. We're a team. Let's work together. I know you love me. What could I do to help you come through for me? Don't criticize. Lay off the negative. I love you. You love me. You're doing fine. This would work better. As a favor to me, would you be willing to work on that? That's what it sounds like. So first, move from complaint to request. You've heard me say this before. In our culture, the way we try to get more of what we want in our relationships is let the other person do it spontaneously. God forbid we help them. And then when they fail, tell them how miserable we are about their failing performance. Brilliant. I mean, come on. That's the stupidest behavioral modification. You wouldn't treat a dog like that. You wouldn't try and train a dog by just giving it negative feedback for what it does wrong. Teach the person what you want with humility, subjectivity. Lose the voice of objective reality. You are not God's gift. You are not schooling the person on how they should handle themselves in relationship. You are not the expert on what they need to do. Stay on your side of the street. You are the expert on what you want. Let me tell you, Terry, operating instructions. Is this how you need to behave, should behave? Am I telling you how to act with your colleagues, kids? That's your business. Let me tell you what works for me. You speak with humility. You speak with subjectivity. You are asking, you are not demanding, and keep it positive, particularly you heterosexual women with your straight men. Let me tell you something about men. Men in our culture do not have healthy self-esteem inside out. I have worth because of who I am. My worth is no greater or lesser than anybody else's. We don't teach that. Men have worth because of our performance. You're either above or below, a winner or a loser based on your performance. If I only have worth because I'm a star performer and I'm either a winner or a loser, if you confront me with something that I did that was wrong, I go into a shame state. Healthy self-esteem means I feel bad about what I did. I still hold myself in warm regard as an imperfect person, just like the rest of us. Most men don't know how to do that. So when you confront them with some imperfection, if they let it in, oh my God, I'm a loser. I'm a big shit. I'm a terrible person. So they don't let it in. And the way they don't let it in is by keeping out your criticism. They get defensive, tit for tat. When I work with straight men about being accountable in relationships, the first thing I work on is self-esteem. You can be imperfect. You won't die. It'll be all right. Let me teach you how to hold yourself in warm regard, even when your partner is telling you to do something bad. But given that setup, hetero men in our culture are allergic to criticism. I can't believe you don't already know that when you hear it. Not a good strategy. I can make it, I have a lot of $1 million merchandising ideas I give away. Here's one for men. No matter what I do, it's not going to be good enough for you. How many men wear that t-shirt? And the minute you tell them they've done anything that isn't perfect, they put on that t-shirt. Okay, there's a better way to do it. Forget the negative criticism. Now that's hard. Our neurology is negatively biased. This is science. We notice what's wrong. It's part of our survival. Back in the day, oh, wait a minute, that leaf is moving. There's no wind. There must be a saber-toothed tiger. You notice what's wrong because you need to stay alive. So the human brain is wired to notice what's wrong and pay attention to what's wrong. It's called a negative bias. What comes naturally to us is complaint. I don't like it that. That's okay. It's part of our human nature. But don't stop there, or actually do stop there. Don't let that out of your mouth. Think it. This is what I don't like. And literally when I'm working with couples early on, I'll have you sit down with a piece of paper and write out the complaint. Here's the gift. Every time, this is physics, in every complaint, there's an implicit request. Think about it. It's logic. Every time you tell yourself, I don't like this, deep in the middle of that, there has to be, this would work better. It's just logic. What's going to come to you is what you don't like. Take a breath, take a breather, take a piece of paper, take a day. I don't care. Flip it. This is what I don't like. Okay, what would I like? It's what I call moving from a negative past focus. This is what you did that I didn't like, to a positive future focus. This is what you could do that I would like. Lead with that. I'd love feedback from you if between now and our class, every single person listening took a moratorium on complaint. Trust me, your partner's sick of it. Change complaint to request. If you really want an A+, start with appreciation. Hey, honey, this is what you're doing that's great. I really appreciate it. Now, if you would do this, that would be even better for me. As a favor to me, humility. Would you be willing to give that a try? How much more effective is that than, I really hate it when you, which of those two doors do you really want to pass through? Which of those two doors do you think is going to up the odds of your getting your partner to give it to you? And then if you really want an A++, hey, is there anything I could say or do that would help you do that? Well, actually, yeah, you could remind me. Fine. As opposed to, I don't want to have to remind you. No, fine. I'll help you. Great. Why is it fine? Hello? Because you want it. It's in your interest. Get off your high horse. Work like a team. Should you have to work this hard? No, I'm sorry. This is what I call working with the partner you have instead of the one you deserve. In the best of all possible worlds, your partner really wouldn't need so much help from you, but too bad. That's the one you got. So there you are. And that would be better, the more specific and behavioral you can give it to them, the better the odds they'll be able to do it. You stay with sort of vague general attitude, help them, teach them. You know, it would be great. When I walk in the door after we haven't seen each other all day, it would be great if you would give me a smile and tell me you're happy to see me. That would be great. That's the kind of instructions I'm talking about. Specific. You want it? Teach them. Encourage them. I have a saying, more assertion up front, less resentment on the back end. Go after it. Teach them. But soft, loving, humble, with a light touch. And guess what? You may not get it. Even if you're as skilled as the Buddha, you may not get it. And let me talk to you about not getting it. You may never get it because your partner always ... And if that's true, then you need couples therapy, you need help. Or you may not get it this Thursday. And it's important to distinguish between the two. One of the skills is the skill of digesting not getting it. That's also an important part of intimacy. No matter how skilled you are, in a healthy relationship, there will be times when you're in your wise adult using your wonderful new skills and your partner's stuck in their adaptive child and they're having none of it. That's disappointing. Sorry. We long for perfect partners. We don't get them. So what do we do with that? Here's the skill. Stay particular. It's what I call micro disappointment. On Tuesday, I say to my darling wife, Belinda, I've had a tough day, man. Can I talk to you about it? She says, oh, sure, honey, have a cup of tea. On Thursday, I go, I've had a tough day. Can I talk about you? You know, I'm really tired if you're talking about your work. I've had a tough day too. And you didn't even ask me out. Sorry. That's normal, folks. It could be reversed. She could be in her wise adult on Friday and I'm in my adaptive child. It's disappointing. Welcome to the human race. 20 years ago, I would have gone after her out of my love addiction. I would not have been able to tolerate the loneliness of that disconnect and I would have gone after her. Now, on a good day, I'm in recovery. Belinda's stuck in her adaptive child. She's got hair across her butt, whatever. I don't know. I try a couple, 3 times. Honey, you seem terrible. Can I help you? Oh yeah, give me that. No, yeah. You try a couple, 3 times to write them, help them come out of their adaptive child and be with you. If it works, great. If it doesn't, go away. Give up. Go get a cup of tea. Stop batting your head against the wall. So many fights come from our refusal to disengage in those moments and accept that our partner just ain't there with us. Let it go. Don't go down into shame. That's not your fault. You didn't do anything. You're just in a bad mood. Don't go into fix-it mode. You'll live. They'll live. Don't go one up. I can't believe that. You have the humility of understanding that you could be in your adaptive child 10 minutes from now when they're in their wise adult. You're disappointing them. It's part of being human. It's part of the rough and tumble of a real relationship with an imperfect person. This is an important skill. I call it relational integrity. Every time your partner's in the mud, you don't have to jump in the mud with them. That's a hallmark of highly reactive, immature couples. If I am assertive and Belinda's beautiful and I get it, fantastic. If I'm assertive, Belinda's stuck in an immature part of her, and I can feel the wave of reactivity, but I let it pass and I don't act it out. And I stay in my wise adult. Not a great day for Belinda, an okay day for the marriage, a terrific day for me. I can self-regulate even when you're being a jerk. Critical skill. How do I feel? Lonely in those moments. Disappointed. Micro disappointment. What do I do with it? Bear it. It's painful. Everybody gets to go crazy in a long-term relationship, but you have to take turns. Somebody needs to hold the fort. You stay in your wise adult even when your partner isn't. That is a good day for you. And you'll hear me say this 1,000 times. Get your eyeballs off result. These skills optimize the possibility of you doing well as a couple. It does not guarantee it. You behave with skill on your end. If your partner needs you with skill, fantastic. If they don't, stay skilled anyway. Your relationship is not endlessly gratifying. Your relationship is the crucible in which you get to grow. There are moments when Belinda and I either will look at the other, smile, and give a little bow and say, I just want to thank you for giving me this opportunity to work on myself. If you get it, great. If you don't get it and you manage it, great. They're both wins. Don't jump from this particular disappointment to suddenly you're analyzing the whole relationship. Don't do that. That's called escalating. You disappointed me today. You disappointed me 2 weeks ago. You disappointed me a year ago. You always, you never, you are. That's the classic escalation that couples get to. You disappointed me today at 3 p.m. That's it. So I'll tell you a story. You know, I love to tell stories. True story. Young couple who comes to me, hetero, and it's a classic. He wants sex all the time. She wants sex none of the time. And they're killing each other. So I do what any good couples therapist does. I get them off of, forgive me, the position level, sex, no sex, to what it means. And as is true for many women, look at the work of Jacques Morin in Canada. You get a good sex therapist working with low desire in hetero women, and they'll immediately move to sex as a chore. And by the way, if any of you are in relationships where you're on the receiving end of sex on demand, which I used to think well-educated people didn't do that, but I was wrong. Many, many men, this is a male thing. It's like, I need sex X number of times a week or I'll punish you. I'll pout. I'll be in a bad mood. And a woman does a calculation and figures out it's easier to bop the guy than put up with him. That's terrible. So anyway, that was this couple. She felt she had to service him and she hated it. And he demanded it. And he wasn't, sort of a jerk about it. He wasn't dominating, but he would pout. About a week after the therapy with me, true to form, he comes bounding up to her and he wants sex. And saying, let's get close. And she does something that's the exact opposite of what she would have done. Instead of retreating to the other side of the room, she walks over to him, gives him a big, fat, passionate kiss, looks him in the eye and says, honey, the first thing I want you to know is you are hot. You are such a handsome man. I love you. I think you're so attractive and you're a good man. I love the way you're a dad to our kids. You've got a good heart. I know you. Oh, by the way, I don't want to have sex tonight. I know that you really care about me. And she goes on and on for a good 5 minutes about what a wonderful man he is. And we'll have sex another time. I'm just kind of tired tonight. And to both of their, true story, both of their amazement, after 5 minutes of this, he looks at her and goes, okay, what's on TV? Her no was such a little no in the middle of so much yes. It was like fine with him. That's loving power. Here's what you'll get. I wouldn't put up with that if I was you. That's individual empowerment. Let me teach you how to go back into the relationship and work with this person you love to get more out of the son of a gun than you're getting now. That's wisdom.